There we go. I love it. Beautiful. Hey, check it out. We're going to talk about Nashville, Tennessee today. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl today. We're actually going to talk about Dave Meltzer and his team today, which Ramon did not know that when he made a comment just a second ago. Christian McCaffrey, Sean Merriman, Brandon Marshall. We're also going to talk about what all this means for you and why this is all so incredibly important that if you figure out how you can put the pieces of the puzzle together in such a powerful way, extracting the lessons and the experiences from a stinking city, but ultimately you can go out there and create a life worth living that unlocks your full potential. Does that sound fair? That's what we're going to do today. Welcome to the 800% Club. I'm glad you're here. Let's dive in.
Good morning and welcome to the 800% Club, where we bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. It's 5:30 a.m. and that means that it's time to rise, evolve, and make an impact together.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right, today is Friday. Yeah, I gotta catch a flight later today. Today is Friday, December 10th, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, February 10th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Glenn Lundy, and I want to welcome you to the 800% Club, the morning show designed to help you unlock your full potential. That's right. I'm coming to you live from Arizona, home of this year's Super Bowl, the big monster, crazy Super Bowl, dude. It is freaking nuts out here right now. People everywhere, prices sky high. I see how this particular event really stimulates a city and why everybody wants to be the coveted place of the Super Bowl. It's just amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. All of the jobs that it creates, all of the things that I'm seeing behind the scenes. We're here for Radio Week. So Radio Week is basically the media portion of the Super Bowl. There's 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, but this week right here is where all the players are in town, all the media companies are in town. I mean, everybody's here, and they're doing interviews and all these things. And luckily for me, I have an opportunity to be behind the scenes. We've got a press pass, and so I'm back there, and I'm like meeting guys like, Brandon Marshall, who's absolutely incredible, and Sean Merriman. Really got to have a conversation with him. This is my guy Tim Walton's favorite player, so got to hang out with Sean Merriman, have some conversations with him. He's great friends with Dave Meltzer also. Christian McCaffrey, the top running back, I think top 3 running back in the NFL right now, for the 49ers. This kid, he was cool. Got to have conversations with him, which was amazing. I got to be on people's podcasts and interviews, and we get more of that today, right? Apparently it ramps up as we're getting closer to the Super Bowl, so I'll be headed down there for more of that today. But it's fascinating to see behind the scenes, because as I'm going to Radio Week, not only am I doing the media stuff, but I can see everybody, like the people that are setting up all the different experiences, the NFL experience, the events, teams of people, security everywhere. And I'm just like, wow, it's amazing how this game, this one crazy Sunday game, can spark and stimulate the economy in such a powerful way. I mean, the money that's flowing in. I mean, this hotel room, for example, that I'm in right now, it was one price on Tuesday night. It was another price the same price on Wednesday night. And then last night, that price tripled. Tripled. The price tripled. Same exact room, same exact spot. I didn't go anywhere. Nothing changed, but the price of the room tripled because now it's Thursday night and the Super Bowl is around the corner. So the way that it stimulates the economy is just absolutely fascinating, right? And this is what I do. This is how my brain works. I'm always learning. I'm always watching. Hi, Liza. I'm always looking for new unlocks, right? Yesterday, I was watching Dave and his team. So we had an event. Dave Meltzer had, what is it called? It was the Players Impact event with him and Marshall Falk. And so I went to that event yesterday, and I've just been watching how his team moves and works through an event like this, right? Just watching and learning. And it was really fascinating to see. You see, Dave knows everybody, right? And you're like, well, how does Dave know all these people? Like, it's mind-boggling how networked he is. And what I learned is Homeboy's got an incredible system. I mean, absolutely incredible. I'll share it with you. So at these events, right, like events like this, Media Week, or any of these other things, Dave brings the whole team. So he's got his whole team there, whole team of people all doing all of these things, right? And what his team does is they actually go out and they introduce themselves to people. They just introduce themselves. They say, hey, Christian McCafferty, I'm Jonathan. Pleasure to meet you, sir, right? Great, pleasure to meet you as well. Hey, Christian, while you're here, I was just curious. Have you ever heard, they spark a little conversation, and then they say, have you ever heard of Dave Meltzer? And Christian McCafferty says, no, I've never heard of Dave Meltzer. And they go, oh, wow, man. Well, Dave Meltzer, he used to run the sports agency that the real-life Jerry Maguire movie was made off of. And Dave's been a sports agent for all these years. He knows, these people, He wrote this amazing book, and they hand him a free book. He wrote this amazing book. I'd love to give you a copy of it. And if you'd like, man, if I could get your information, Dave has one show on Netflix. He's got another show on Amazon. He also has a couple podcasts that he does over in the LA area, and he's got a couple studios. We'd love to have you on sometime. We're not asking for any of your time right now, but give me your details, and we'll reach out and we'll contact you sometime in the future and have you on the show. And people are like, okay, sounds great. And then they take their information and then they move on. Now, here's what's fascinating. If the person says, yes, I've heard of Dave Meltzer, they do basically the same thing. But here's what's fascinating. Then his team takes that contact info. So say I met Gail Beecraft, right? They take that contact info and they send it into their project manager software. They send it into the software. So Christian McCafferty now goes into the project management software. And they put in there, here's where we met them, here's what we talked about, here's what they're interested in, so on and so forth. And it goes into a CRM. The contact immediately goes into the CRM. Right? Immediately, as soon as this person meets him. And so think about this. Say there's 10 people that he's got on his team, right? You and I are going in and we're networking and we're shaking hands with as many people as we can. Multiply that times 10, because now everyone out there is helping promote these relationships. And then when they go back home, they follow up in the CRM. They just follow up on the relationship. Hey, we met you at this event. You said that you'd be interested in maybe being on our podcast. When are some times? And then when Dave gets to meet him on the podcast, that's when he can dive deep and really get to understand the relationship. A CRM is a customer retention management. Customer retention management, I believe is what that's called, is what that stands for. All right, it's where you put in all the information. So it's just fascinating to watch how intentional they are about the relationships and how they are able to expand those relationships through the use of these tools these CRMs, these project management tools, and then ultimately divide and conquer. So now they've got all 10 people creating new relationships at any event. And it is absolutely fascinating. So I wanted to share that with you because literally that's how my world works. I go around, I observe stuff, I learn, I can't help but share it. I can't help but think that way. It's just the way it works. As a matter of fact, this whole week got sparked because my wife and I took our first maiden flight on the jet. We went to Nashville, Tennessee, and that was a week ago today. And in Nashville, I was just reminded it's such a growing electric city, right? Just this place where people are flocking towards it. People are moving there in droves. And it's like, well, what is it about this city that's so attractive? And how can we apply that in our lives, right? Because Nashville's just got this certain energy, the lights. It's this amazing place, right? But why is that important? Okay, great. Nashville's amazing, but why is that important for us? And how can we apply what they're doing in our world? And that's really what we've been talking about all this week, and we're going to continue to talk about the rest of today. Like, for example, on Monday, we talked about how they really promote creativity, innovation, individuality, and passion, right? They promote that people unlock that seed that exists only in them, that unique gift. We also talked on Tuesday about how Nashville really takes the time to set the stage. They're meaningful and thoughtful in all that they do, creating a space for creators to really explore their individuality. We also talked earlier in the week how Nashville, Tennessee understands its rhythm. Like, they know exactly who they are and the drum to which, the beat to which, the drum to which, the beat, the drum, the beat, the drum. You guys know what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming to my head right now. The rhythm they march to. I don't know. My brain is not working at the moment. But you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like, they get it. They don't try to claim to be anything that they're not. You know, you got the Grand Ole Opry, you got Opryland, you got Dolly Parton. She's got her play. Like, it's the country music capital of the world, and they're dang proud of it. And you feel it, you sense it, you smell it, you taste it in everything that they do. Their marketing, their branding is so on point, just like it should be for us. Now, some of the other things that I noticed about Nashville, Tennessee is they collaborate creatively in all things, blending waters and entertainment and nature and hikes and trails and stages, and blending all of these things together in a powerful way. It's not competition, it's collaboration. And lastly, it is a city that takes action. It is not a city that sits on its haunches. It is a city that takes deliberate and powerful action every single day. And so what we're going to do today is just really elaborate a little bit on those last two, right? Collaborating, not competing, and taking action now. Before we go too deep, though, you know what we got to do on this show? We got to do some dancing. And this week, we're dancing to country music. You know, my mom was a country singer. I grew up with a lot of country music. I can dig some country music. I don't know about you, though. Hey, for those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe If we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. How you doing, Michael Wilder? Great to see you this morning. Marilyn Wilkins in the building. Michelle Gravely is up in here as well. Nicole Settles, I'm glad you're here. What's up, Russell Hill and Nathaniel Banks? Debbie Wood is in the building. Leisha Moore, I'm glad you're here. What's up, William Bush? Thanks for joining me, man. Clay Morris is in the building. Dora Maria and Emily Galler is in the building. If that echoes there, I don't know. That's the only way I can get the music to play over you guys. So maybe on Clubhouse you can't hear the music anymore, but I'll still say good morning. Renee Knorr is in the building. Christine Jones, I'm glad you're here as well. She said, I hear the beat of my rhythm in my head. Good job, Marilyn Wilkin. Diana Evans is in the building. Rich Pintrick is up in here as well. Tony Schmidt, I'm glad you're here this morning. Rick Tamburino, Sharon Shannon is in the building. Christine Green, what's up? Yvette Searson is up in here as well. And then, of course, my peeps all over on Clubhouse. Justin's in the building this morning. Natasha is here. How you doing, Fiona and Kelly? My guy Terrence in the building. What's up, Patty and Mac and Ramona and William and Trisha? Crypto's up in here, and Jackie and Andrew is in the building as well. I see BJ is up in here. Nisa's up in here. Raquel is in the building. What's up, Melvin? I'm glad you're here. Sue and Regina and Dominique. We got Angela and Allison and Sonia and Mike Strong. What's up, Patricia? How you doing, Renee? Kate Bowman in the building. Scott, the guy that changed my life, is up in here today as well. Great to see you, Scott. What's up, Tim Hunt? I'm glad you're here. Lovely's in the building, and so many more. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hey, speaking of joining me, I've got a live event for those of you that are in the automotive space. I have a live event coming up in Nashville, Tennessee, the places that we're here talking about today, March 14th through 16th, and it's going to be dope. Check this out.
Dealer owners, you're still facing inventory shortages, profits are shrinking, and the economy is shifting. And yet you and I both know that growth matters, and ultimately volume solves everything. That's why you need the 2023 Growth Matters Summit in Nashville, Tennessee. With Matt Rogers, Lisa Copeland, Tim Story, Danelle Delgado, and myself, Glenn Lundy, the founder of the 800% Elite Automotive Club and the #1 speaker in America. Come together with owners and GMs of dealerships from all across America for this exclusive one-time event. Come learn how to utilize one simple formula to grow 25% in the next 90 days. To use specific strategies to grow and scale in a downed economy, and how to acquire and turn used inventory consistently and at scale. All of that and much, much more brought to you by VinQ and the 800% Elite Automotive Club. It's the Growth Matters Summit, Nashville, Tennessee. We look forward to seeing you there.
So many things to keep track of today. All right, check it out. So Melter and his team, as I was describing earlier, they literally are the best at this collaboration, not competition thing, right? While I was sitting there talking with Dave Meltzer yesterday, his phone was blowing up because Gary V, if those of you that don't know who Gary Vee is, you're going to want to look him up. He's amazing, right? But his phone's just sitting there blowing up. Gary Vee's just blowing him up, shooting him texts, asking him questions, so on and so forth. And that was a connection that he made. It was a connection that he made last year at the same event. The Super Bowl was in LA last year. And so he made a connection during Radio Week. His team went out, did what they did, connected him. He made the connection with Gary Vee, and now him and Gary Vee are fast forward a year later, and they're doing business together, like super high level business, right? He also connected with Snoop Dogg last year in the same way, exact same way, and now he's coaching Snoop Dogg's son. He's doing personal development coaching for the son of Snoop Dogg himself, right? Like, it's just fascinating when you go in with the intention of collaboration, not competition, what can come out on the other side. You know, my guy Grant Cardone has this philosophy as well. He absolutely believes in collaboration. And he doesn't, I mean, when it comes to competition, Grant's like, there is no competition. You just, you dominate at such a level that it's not competition at all. And when he talks about collaboration, he put it this way to me. I was talking to Grant, and he said, you know, basically I was trying to get on stage for his GrowthCon event. So I went to his very first GrowthCon event. I'm like, man, I got to speak on that stage. So then I'm like, hey, you know, Grant, let me speak on the stage. 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 And he just kept telling me no. A lot of times he just wouldn't answer at all. I shouldn't even say he would tell me no. He just would ignore my request. And then more recently, about a year ago, he actually responded. I said, hey, man, let me speak on this stage. And he responded, and he said, Glenn, I have no doubt you would be an incredible speaker on my stage, but what's next? What's next? How do we collaborate? How do we pull together? How do I lift you up? How do you pull me up? Like, where's it going? What's next? Let's not just do things just to do things. Let's be intentional about the collaboration piece. I found it fascinating. Now, he still wouldn't let me up on his stage, so I went ahead and just won this contest. I won this contest that puts me up on the stage anyway. And so I'm going to be on that stage this coming Wednesday at the MGM Grand. I will be speaking Wednesday morning, probably around 11 o'clock Nevada time, which is Pacific time. I'll be on that stage. And there are some what's next for me and Grant. Now that that's in place, we will be continuing to collaborate. But speaking of collaboration, I'm likely going to need your help on that day, okay? So mark your calendar, Wednesday, November 15th. Just mark your calendar for like 10 a.m. to noon, somewhere right around there. I'm going to need you to be kind of on call if you don't mind. They gave us the format of the show, and there'll be like a live stream. And then apparently there's going to be a QR code. Apparently there's going to be some voting involved for the next level of whatever. So just be ready if you would. I would love your support in that time window. If we've got to do some voting, I could use your clicks. I could use your votes. That would be greatly appreciated, right? But ultimately, collaboration, not competition, I'm continuing to learn, is truly, when you are intentional about the collaboration, it's truly a cheat code, man. It is a freaking awesome cheat code. to getting where you want to go. And this is exactly what Nashville, Tennessee is doing. They collaborate with big artists. They create these spaces that are draws, that are attractive, and they collaborate with big business. They collaborate with the church. They collaborate with organizations like Rescue One Global. The city itself really creates this whole web of connections that makes it so strong and so attractive. They're not competing with one another. They're all elevating and lifting each other. It's really magical. You should be doing the same in your life. If Dave Meltzer can collab, and Grant Cardone can collab, and Glenn Lundy can collab, and Nashville, Tennessee itself can collab, there's no reason that you can't collab. Now see, if you start putting all of these pieces together, right? Here's what it starts to look like. It actually starts to look a lot like Tennessee if you start to think about it, right? You see, first you've got to get very creative and innovative. Then you set the stage, right? You're intentional. You set the stage. Then you catch that rhythm. You collaborate and pull the band together. And once you've done all that, the last and final piece is now you take action. Now you got to play, right? You wrote the song, you set the stage, you pulled the people together, you did the creative piece, you did all that. Now you got to play. You got to play that song. You got to take action. And when you take action, when you play that song, you got to continue to play it with like play your heart out. You know what I'm saying? Like take action at the fullest level, at an 800% level, right? Like take action and play like there's no tomorrow. Play that music like there's no tomorrow. Sing that song at the top of your lungs. Dance like nobody's watching, like that type of action, right? Like super high level. Don't tiptoe into this stuff. If you found the thing that you know and you love, if you've taken the time to intentionally cultivate it, if you pull together those that can help lift you up and you can lift them up, you gotta take action, bro. And we talk about it a lot in the Breakfast with Champions room. We talk about it a lot in here. You can't just sit on the couch eating a sandwich and expect things to happen in your life, right? You got to take action. And that's your call through this whole series of Nashville, Tennessee. That is a city of action. You can go, there's a website where you can go and look at every crane that is building a skyscraper currently in Nashville, Tennessee. There's cameras on the top of every crane in the city. And you can go on these cameras and you can watch the activity. You can watch the action. You can watch the buzz of the city itself. A city that if the actions weren't being taken by the humans that exist within it every day, it's a city that would tumble and fall to the ground. The same is true for you. If you're not taking the time to take full action, visionary, big dreaming action every single day, your body, your mind, your soul will tumble and fall to the ground. And I know that's not what you want. It's definitely not what I want. And it's definitely not God's plan for you. You see, you are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God made you to be the absolute best version of yourself you could possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit below average, not a little bit above. The absolute best. And so it's out of love, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to take action. I'm going to challenge you to take action today. To listen, to be guided, and to allow yourself to sing your heart out. Dance like nobody's watching. Collaborate and create a life of your dreams, a life really worth living. You know, last week we read this book by Shonda Rhimes, Year of Yes. And I've thought about it a lot since I read it. And I want all of us in this room to say yes to not just life, but to say yes to truly living. Because it really is special and spectacular. The season that we're in and the opportunity to be alive right now. So let me leave you with this. This morning, woke up 1:50 this morning, drank my water, did my thing. Grabbed my Morning 5 planner, which is amazing. I do the Morning 5 planner before I use my Remarkable, which is a remarkable tool. But I grabbed my Morning 5 planner, wrote down my gratitude and goals. And right there at the top, there's a quote submitted by Sanjay Gupta. And Sanjay's been a member of this community for a long time. And I love Sanjay. He's really just an incredible person. And he said this. He said, the quote says this. It says, "You need power only when you want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done." Love others and love yourself because you're worth it. Does that sound fair? Hey, listen, I won't be here next week. A few months ago, I felt led to shut down my company every 7th week. To pay all of my people to not work from home. This is not work from home week, but to truly unplug, rest up, and spend some time with their families and love on their kids and all of those things before we get back at it. And so next week, there will be shows every day so that this community can come together. However, I will not be live. They will be pre-recorded interviews and so on and so forth. I will be in Las Vegas. I will be learning and absorbing, not working. Just so we're clear, I will not be working. It is not work. It is my leisure. I am not getting paid to speak at GrowthCon. It is me fulfilling and living out a dream, which I'm super excited about. So I won't be working next week, but we will run interviews so that you guys can come together, and I will just ask for prayers throughout the week, prayers of guidance for me through this pretty freaking cool opportunity that I have out in front of me to speak at the 10X GrowthCon, on Wednesday, February 15th. So that would be awesome. If you're going to be out there, let me know so that we can hook up, maybe have dinner or lunch or a breakfast or something like that. Go hike. We can go hike out there. I'm going to go for a hike this morning here in Arizona. Something like that. That would be cool. But lastly, I'm going to head over to Clubhouse and chat for just a bit. I'm going to have to rush based on what time it is and where I've got to be. But if you want to join me over on Clubhouse, you can. We'll discuss some things from this morning. Otherwise, just have an amazing, fantastic weekend and next week. And I'll be back like February 20-something. And we'll do this all over again right here, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time, live in the club. Does that sound fair? All right. See you guys. Have a great day.
Stay woke. Stay ready.